Princess Diana is without a doubt one of the most important and iconic figures in history. She was the people's princess and England's rose, but she also was a queen of the art of royal dressing. How did one of the best dressed women in history influence fashion? It's your boy Marky Mark, and I'm gonna tell you how Princess Diana became a fashion icon. Princess Diana flawlessly embraced the royal etiquette while setting her own fashion rules. She used her style to send a message or break the barriers. It might be surprising, but when Diana first came into the royal family, she had no interest in fashion. But just like that, she had to go from a shy young aristocrat to a future queen in the limelight and had to change the way she dressed. Her standards for the public attire weren't what made Diana an icon, but it's the impressive evolution of her style. In the beginning, she was very safe with her style and embodied every little girl's interpretation of a princess with bows and frills. That's why her wedding dress was perfectly fit that a dream princess aesthetic. And Diana's wedding gown is probably one of the most iconic wedding dresses from the last century. It was designed by Elizabeth Emanuel and Diana herself and had 25-foot long train and puffy sleeves and cost around 9,000 pounds. Besides her wedding gown, another one of her memorable puff dresses was a pale lavender hand-painted gown by David Sassoon. But the frills and ruffles of her early romantic style disappeared quickly when she realized it didn't work well for press photographs because it made her look messy. So when the 80s started, she decided to have more fun with fashion. Her silhouette sleeked down with the over-the-top decorations became surface embellishments. Besides that, she switched the light pastels to form-fitting clothes, and honestly, this is where her fun and youthful personality started shining through. The mid-80s was the time when Diana's love of fashion and most importantly, her confidence grew, and she started making bolder fashion choices. That's when the spectacular evening gowns made an appearance, one of the most famous being one by Victor Edelstein that she wore to a dance with John Travolta on a state visit to the US. Another one of her most iconic gowns was a white Elvis dress by Catherine Walker, which was embedded with pearls. It seems that Diana really liked Walker's designs because she also wore a pastel blue gown made by her to the Cannes Festival. These pieces were a departure from her usual safe style, and Diana became known for her dynasty-like saking gowns and colored shoulder pads. A dress that covered both signature features of the 80s was a pleated silver Bruce Oldfield dress. Besides the gowns, she also pulled off the stylish casual pieces like pink and white trousers with a matching jumper. Sometimes her outfits were overshadowed by the jewelry she wore, just like when she paired a lace white gown with the lover's knot tiara, which was gifted to Diana as a wedding present. It encrusted with diamonds and teardrop pearls and was designed by Queen Elizabeth's grandmother. The princess also liked to wear her jewelry in an unconventional way. While visiting Australia with Prince Charles, she wore the Queen's necklace as a headpiece and paired it with sparkling turquoise Emanuel gown. She also looked amazing in a lace and velvet Valentino evening dress. The mid-90s was when Princess Diana's life took a new turn, and that's when she really found her style. That new turn was the divorce from Prince Charles, and obviously Diana was one of the women who glowed up when they got rid of the toxic man in their life. She dropped the bright colors and exaggerated style of the 80s and replaced it with minimal style in muted tones. This is when she stunned the world with the iconic revenge dress designed by Christina Stambolian. Diana wore it to a summer party the night Prince Charles admitted to having an affair with Camilla Parker Bowles. Many would have hidden away from the spotlight, but not Diana. She appeared in public looking confident as ever. Can you believe that she almost didn't wear the dress because she thought it was too revealing? After the divorce, Diana stayed faithful to Catherine Walker and wore cocktail dresses designed by her. And because of the split, she stopped wearing Chanel because she said that the double C's made her think of Camilla and Charles. The designers she stuck with post-divorce were Jacques Azaguri, Walker, Gucci, and Versace. Thanks to them, she nailed the slick, minimal, glamorous uniforms she looked stunning in. Even with her style, Diana showed that she was a people's princess. This is why during her overseas trips, she loved to pay homage to the host nations. During a trip to Saudi Arabia, she wore a dress with gold falcons, an emblem of that country, and in Japan, she wore a white dress with big red dots. Diana had an amazing sense of how her clothing could enhance her presence. She even had a special ensemble for her philanthropic visits. She wore cheerful and colorful clothes because she wanted to convey approachability and warmth. Diana didn't wear gloves because she loved holding people's hands, and she wore her chunky jewelry so that children could play with it. She also never wore hats and to children's hospitals because she said that she couldn't cuddle with the child in a hat. Wasn't that just sweet? Isn't it amazing that even Diana's clothes were an opportunity to convey empathy? When she was visiting hospitals for the blind, the princess often wore velvet so that she could feel warm and tactical. She was also deeply aware of how clothing might shape her public image. One of her most famous gestures was when she removed her gloves while shaking hands with AIDS patients. This gesture challenged the then common but incorrect belief that HIV or AIDS could be transmitted by touch. Doesn't this show how compassionate she was for other people? Princess Diana served us up so many iconic looks during her life that ended way too early, and it's such an amazing thing that she actually dressed with purpose. What do you think of Lady Di's style? Which is your favorite look by her? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to become part of our Curious Sips family. See ya!